Welcome to Gray Overload, and Microsoft is resuming the Windows 10 October 2018 update. With the October 2018 update for Windows 10 now finally resuming, it's going to be interesting to see if there's any more major bugs that pop out. But Microsoft had originally pulled this update in October because this update was having data loss for some users in some of their folders. And data loss is not something that should be buggy at all, right? When you get an update to your computer, your phone, you expect the data to still be there and not it to disappear. And some users were having a lot of data disappear overall. So now with this rollout, it's going to be interesting to see how Microsoft takes more feedback and how they measure it as well. They've made some adjustments to the Windows Feedback Hub. So if you have a problem and you're an insider and stuff, you can actually put a priority on that as well. Now, hopefully you don't abuse the priority if you're going to submit bugs that way. But if you do, I encourage you to continue to submit bugs through the Windows feedback, and hopefully Microsoft is going to continue to aggregate and listen to that. Now, on the other side, Microsoft has to continue improving their testing mechanisms. I know I work during the day as a software engineer, so I spend a lot of time on making sure testing and testing infrastructure is also rock solid, and I know that that can take a lot of time and a lot of effort, but that is important to take because it can really help out make the user experience that much better. For consumer customers, this is now November 13th is the day that they're going to start the 30-month window for the servicing timeline. And so this is for Windows, and the date that it starts is November 13th, and that's for both Windows Server and Windows 1809. So this is basically that version of 1809 is what they're doing for the servicing customers. Now, Microsoft then released a whole bunch of data on how this is progressing and how over time the Windows version has less issues overall. Now, to me, Microsoft to come out with this after you've had a major issue, sure, maybe you should wait a little bit to get the bumps out and not go full gun ho before you know for sure if you're through a lot of these issues. I mean, the zip issue, the data loss issue, those are the two big ones, but people are having a lot of other issues with this November update, and hopefully they're ironed out. I'm waiting to see if some of my issues with some of my hanging that I was seeing is finally has dissipated, so we'll see that here on some of the desktops I run. But I've been using 1809 here on a lot of different systems since it was first released. I kind of forced the issue. Didn't see the data loss, but I have seen the zip issues, which have been very annoying. It caused me a lot of pain overall, a lot of hours of lost or missed data because of it. But I think that, there needs to be a progression here overall. It does. To me, I'm back and forth on 2 updates a year, but it doesn't matter if you have 1 update, 2 updates, 5 updates a year. If your whole testing side of things is not solid and does not make sure that the quality is being up to a certain standard, well, you're going to still have issues. And that's just the way it is. Microsoft does test on a lot of hardware and a lot of different scenarios, but you got to make sure that your testing is rock solid on the back end. Otherwise, there's really nothing there. And so people can argue 1 update, 2 updates, 5 updates, whatever. My whole thing is that I'm moving more and more into this direction because I work on testing a lot to make sure that testing is rock solid so that when software goes out, we don't have multitude of issues. And so there's, some tests are not pretty, but they have to be done. And testing takes time. And the only job is, I've spent a lot of time is making them so that they can fit into a certain time period so we can have good turnaround time on those builds that we do. But I'm sure Microsoft has been looking into that, or I hope so, especially after this data loss issue, and increasing their testing mechanisms so that they can catch things like this, because data loss is not fun for anybody, especially if you were to lose a lot of data. Like 200 gigs I was hearing some people were just gone, and that's not cool at all. But it sounds like Microsoft's going to be slowly rolling this out there over time, and that they're also going to have, so if you are going to get the update and you click check for updates, it's going to make sure that all your hardware is valid before it tries to update, and if not, it will wait until a fix is out. It's going to be really curious to see if there's anything about this, or if this actually slows down the Windows adoption of each version going forward. So that's always one thing to keep the eye out, because Microsoft does tout that they keep moving to new versions over time, and everyone's getting up to the latest version is also important too with servicing of Windows, especially in the consumer side. So I will post Microsoft's blog links below, but let me know what your thoughts are on this update and the issues so far. I don't think they're acceptable with the data loss issue at all, and I think that there needs to be better stuff in their testing environment so that they're catching stuff like the data loss. Other bugs I can live with. A little bit of the hanging, it's annoying, but if you patch it within a reasonable amount of time, I'm slightly okay with it. But data loss, no way. I mean, that's important. I think it's losing all your pictures off of just one computer upgrade or one phone upgrade, right? Everything just gone. That would be that would not be good at all. Devastating, right, for some people as well. So let me know what your thoughts are and what you think this October 2018 update is for Windows 10 1809. And what are your thoughts? And are you having any other problems with it? I want to know that too. I'm more than willing to do another video on other issues that Microsoft's having and discuss those. And I'm more than willing to actually try them out and replicate the issues as well. So until next time, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to help support Gray Overload and helping this channel grow. And until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe.